Welcome to my channel. Today I want to give you an update on where we are at with my 8th grader, things that didn't quite work as I expected, and what is going well for us. Welcome, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom. I am on my 18th year of homeschooling. I have graduated 3 and I am on my last, who is in 8th grade, and just sharing our journey, sharing lots of videos from our past and our present, and just trying to encourage you through these middle school years and getting ready for high school. So if that is something that interests you, I would love for you to subscribe and join us. And if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. That would encourage me. All right, so what has not gone as expected? I have a couple things to share with you, and one of them may not surprise you. Now, my 8th grader is quite different than my other three boys. They were all very different, but this one is even more so. So he does really enjoy reading. He enjoys history. He has a thing for World War II, more the Pacific part of it. And he is willing and enjoys growing and learning about the different wars, battles. Right now he's reading a book that has to do with, I think, the Korean War. So he's very into that kind of material. This school year, I wanted to just step in and introduce him to some literature, and I picked out some literature guides. Now, one was the Swiss Family Robinson, and I did talk about this in my last update, and the Bronze Bow. All right, so these guides, I really don't have anything negative to say about them, but they really did not work for this particular son. We have not really introduced literature in this form yet. He, like I said, he loves to read. We started out pretty good with this book. I actually did a video on an update on our language arts, and I'll link that below, which gives you more of a look inside of these guides. And he just flew through reading the books. I had a hard time keeping up with him and the lessons. So it's not that he did not enjoy the books. It's just, if you have a reader, it's really hard to use this type of curriculum. Now, when he started this book, he really wasn't too sure if he was even interested in the book. So I did read the first chapter with him, and he read the next and the next and the next. Now, I was staying with him, even if I had to say, what chapter are you on today? And look in here and see, okay, then we need to do a lesson today. I wanted to stay with it. And we did that for quite a while, but he ended up just breezing through that book much quicker than I was able to keep up with him, according to this guide and the questions. So we did a lot of it together. I really do love the introduction to the author and to really just the timeline and the history of the book. So, but I just don't think this is going to work for him. So another thing that I have talked about and really had high hopes for was the Foundations in Romans from Charlotte Mason. Now, again, it's not the curriculum. It's just us in this season that I felt like it was something that it was good, but I think it's just not our style quite yet. He does have a routine where he gets up in the morning and he does want to eat, because what teenage boy doesn't want to eat when they first get up? And then he will go read his Bible. And I know where he's reading, and sometimes we talk about it. I ask, how's it going? What did you read about today? Or he'll tell me something. Not every day, but I am looking for a specific curriculum. I really want to stay on top of Bible memory, which we have not either. So I do have some thoughts. I'm looking into something, and I'm trying to decide if I want to start it soon or if I just want to wait until the new year. But I will share that with you in the future videos. So those are just a couple of things that really didn't work out quite as I expected. And really the Foundations in Romans, we went through maybe a couple chapters, and that's as far as we went. So, all right, some things that are new to us and going really well, and I'm excited about it. And that is the Meteorologist from Campfire Curriculum. Now, this is a unit study that we are using just for the science. Now, this can be, from what I understand, a full curriculum, but just doesn't include math. And I did just do a video and a look through in this. If you're interested, I will link that below also. But this is something that he was interested in learning about. So really learned a lot from this. And you probably could dive in a little bit deeper, but a little backdrop. One of the read alouds we were doing and have finished is Jungle Pilot, which is about Nate Saint. And just so much of what he went through correlated with learning about storms and weather and flight, which my son is interested in. That is one reason he wanted to learn about weather and be more familiar with it, is because of learning about planes and being a pilot. So, but this went really well. We are actually going to do another one, which is the one that has to do with car mechanics. And I need to get that printed out and started. This is a 12-week program, and I think the mechanics one is too. So I need to choose something else, and I just haven't decided. So if you are familiar with Campfire curriculum and you want to suggest something, I would love to hear what it would be for my 8th grade son, which I have mentioned a little bit of what he is like already. So keeping that in mind, I'd love to hear any suggestions. Okay, something else that has been going well is Learn Math Fast. And this is a curriculum that we switched over to last school year in 7th grade. We really have been a Matthew C. family, but he was really struggling. This has worked so well for him so far. There's always little bumps where I'm like, is this going to still continue to work? But he gets through it after just another day of review, and then we move on. So this is really going well. I do have several videos on that, and I can link this below. And I also, if you're interested in checking them out, I do have a link below that you could use. Okay, I do want to mention something else from his language arts. Like I said, I have done an updated video. He is using Fix-It Robinhood. That is going much better. But the modern history-based writing lessons, I want to mention that actually he was typing and finishing up a paper for me earlier today. That's why the book is over there. But this is a themed book. So a lot of people have questions about IEW and where to start. And I always try to just mention that a little bit. We have been using IEW for years. We've used some of the student writing intensive videos. We have used some of the themed books. He has not used the videos yet. More than likely, our plan is to do that next school year. So I wasn't sure how this would go, but it is going very well for him. Now, I have had all different kinds of learners, and this is the first one that has really enjoyed writing. He's very creative. He is doing narration writing for his history. I'll share that with you in a minute. And it really only has to be, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 sentences, and he ends up with 2 pages. He just is very creative in his writing, and he makes it fun. So I just wanted to let you know that, because this also is working well for that type of writer. Even though my other boys really struggled with writing, it wasn't something that came natural for them. It really worked well for them too. Now, I would definitely say with somebody that is struggling, to start with the student writing intensive videos, which you can try free for 3 weeks, which I highly suggest, just to get an idea of where they're at. So, but I was excited because I wasn't sure how this would go for him, and it has been going so well. I'm just so grateful. Now, for his history, we are using a Charlotte Mason style curriculum, which is Missions to Modern Marvel, Modern History from Heart of Dakota. This is part of their lineup that they use for middle school and really 8th grade. You can use it in high school. You can adapt it for that if you want. There are spines and living books. Now, this is also a box curriculum which comes with selections for science, and every year there's different enrichments you can choose. There's also Bible and language arts. There's also a math choice if you're not sure, you want to start with something new. So I just wanted to at least let you know that. So this is a Christ-centered curriculum. We are only using it this school year for the history and any enrichments that might correlate with history. And one of those that he's been doing really well with and enjoying is the President's Study. There is some videos. I'll try to post a picture of the videos he's watching right here. These are the 2 books. This is the book that would come with the updated guides, and he's been reading out of both of them. So there's just a little bit of different information, and obviously this is not updated either. So, and then I was able to print off some student notebook pages off of notebookingpages.com for each president, and he just writes anywhere from 4 to 8 sentences. just of information about what he's watched and what he's read. This is one of those things that has been going really well, and he has been enjoying that. Now, there are lots of other things that are involved with the history, and I may share more of that. I would keep looking back at the back of the guide and thinking, I wonder if I should share more information on different things throughout the Heart of Dakota guide. And if you're interested, let me know, and I know I've shared one video, but I can do more in depth of exactly what we're doing this school year if you're interested. But I just wanted to give you a little update as we are probably finishing up our 12th week of homeschool and getting ready to make plans. I always like to make plans all the way to the end right before Christmas, so I can sort of set a goal for what I would like to see done by that time. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd love to chat with you. And I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.